ran as fast as I could down to the storefront corner, peeking over the row homes, hoping to see the promise of the Ferris wheel, part of the sphere, winking back at me from the sky. I could see colors, the lights all aglow. Oh, how they twinkle at night. It's time for the carnival. Can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's glide to the top of the Ferris wheel. I can see everything better from here. Didn't have much to hope for, never dreamed of diamonds or rubies. Came by the crazy, honestly, learned how to act scene from the movies. Oh, you should have seen me back then. I was drunk with desire, I wanted to be good at something, good to someone, with them all to be liars. It's time for the carnival, can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's glide to the top of the Ferris wheel. I can see everything better from here. I sit on the bench at Cape May, October lights beat on the shore. The church is a junkie's playground, the connies don't stop there no more. Yes, it's a bit chilly in autumn, but I'm still seeking thrills and I have the right. No one should hold that against me. Everyone deserves to see pretty lights. It's time for the carnival. Can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's glide to the top of the Ferris wheel. Doesn't matter how fast you go fast or slow as you might. All life is a circle, catch as you can, don't hold on too tight. Just when you think you've gone forward, you might go backward again. Don't waste your time counting accomplishments if you can't count on your friends. It's time for the carnival, can I go? Hop a ride on the merry-go-round. Let's glide to the top of the Ferris wheel. I can see everything better from here. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hey, Heidi. Good to have you here. Oh, my brother John is here. Yay. And Beck and Tim and Donna W. and Kat and Dithermeister and Dithermeister. And Lovey is here. Thank you all for being here. It's so lovely to see you. John P. is my brother John. So if you're on Facebook, I know Heidi, you're on Facebook, you're not seeing all the other comments. So sometimes I'll say things about the other comments on YouTube and you won't know what I'm talking about because you're on Facebook and vice versa. So if someone's on Facebook, they might not, you got it. So the other thing is I told you about this last time, how I bought this dangerous thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, Heidi, you might like YouTube because the people in the YouTube chat are hilarious. They're very fun. They're a great group of people. Dithermeister or just Dither. Oh, okay. Good to know. I bought this terrible weapon of destruction. Karen Schneiderman. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. And I tried to tune my own piano. This is what this is, a piano tuning thing. But there were a couple of problems. One is I don't know how to do it. Two is because I just had I knew it was just one string that was off, and I tried to fix it. And then it was well, maybe it's the other string. And then, then I got out my tuner, which for some reason isn't here. And I opened that up and the batteries were corroded. because I must have left the batteries in there too long. And then, oh, you found us! You found us! Yay! Thanks, Heidi. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun on the YouTube chat. They're very entertaining, more entertaining than I am, I believe. So then after all of this, and it's this note that's making me absolutely crazy, and it's that note. It's out of tune. I can't get into tune. So then I get my trusty tuner, which for some reason I don't know where it went, but I got that, and I thought I'll just tune it to the tuner, and that'll make everything right. And then I realized that my piano engineer guy that actually tunes my piano and, you know, charges me fairly but expensively for it, he tunes it like a little below, like because he's bringing it up gradually to concert A. So I can't even use my tuner because my tuner is not in tune with the piano because it's not in concert A. So I either have to call him for an emergency tuning, because he wasn't here that long ago, which was my whole point. I was like, it's probably just one string. Usually he comes every 6 months. This is like 6 weeks later. You know what, Heidi? I never would have thought about tuning a piano, except I saw it on Mrs. Maisel. There's a show, I think it's on Prime or something, called Mrs. Maisel, or maybe it's called something else. But there's one time where her manager, who's like this really scrappy person, is staying at her house babysitting it. And you see her doing all these funny things. And one of the funny things she does is go tune the piano. It's just like, who would have even a tuner to do that? I love Mrs. Maisel. It's amazing. Good evening, Andy S. Very nice to see you. The tea tonight is lavender chamomile. I think I drank this last time, and I'm trying to go through my teas. You know how if you like tea, you start buying lots of teas, and then you have like a cabinet full of teas and you don't drink them? You know that character? Yes. Scrappy. Scrappy is the right word. And she's like, doing all these things around the house, watching TV, and then she's tuning the piano. And I thought, I never thought of that. I could tune my own piano. I can't. Silly me, but you know, since we're talking about the piano being out of tune so much, why not play it? It's a wonder how every day is a new portrait. We get to paint it, often without much care. Some days we find that we've painted a weed, some days a fine orchid. Brushstroking blindly, we stumble on something rare. But this day I put aside to create with intention, rather than run from fear or try to hide. I've got a new canvas, this oldie's all to lean on, and I'm painting you next to me by my side. Sometimes an artist will take the landscape they see right before them. Looks so real you can imagine you're there. Sometimes they paint with visions and dreams, abstract and foreign, taking your heart on a journey, who knows where. I can paint it surreal for the parts that I'm not free to mention, with as much honesty as we both can abide. I've got a new canvas, this oldie's all to lean on, and I'm painting you next to me by my side. If I could inhabit a painting, which one would I choose to? The skies of Van Gogh or the fields of Monet? But I've come to the truth that this is the frame I belong to. Someone's painting me a little late. My colors may fade, my body may break, my mind lose dimension. The persistence of time never lets you stay long for the ride. I've got a new canvas, this oldie's all to lean on, and I'm painting you next to me by my side. And when the story is over, when the paint dries, when all that's left are those observing to decide, do they see satisfaction in my eyes as they look at my portrait? Happy anniversary to Cat and the Dithermeister. Happy anniversary to the Cat and the Dithermeister. 26 years, lots of beer, lots of cheer. They're so happy, wine, you know, dogs that glow. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. I'm really not good at writing songs on command, but happy anniversary. Dithermeister is kind of cool, isn't it, Donna? 26 years. Rich and I just celebrated 11, and we were like, we go up to 11. And I saw that Tanya Tucker Travis trend. Lots of teas. It was lots of teas. Yeah, new anniversary song alert. So yeah, we just celebrated 11, and it's like, it just went by so fast. And I said something to him like, I was at a gig or something, and I said something like, oh, I've been married to him for a couple of years now. And he got all offended. And I was like, it just seems like a couple of years, Lovey. It just seems like 2. Thank you. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. I feel pretty good about it. It's he was married before, and we're coming past the point of when his marriage fell apart, like the years that it started to fall apart. And I think he was just waiting with bated breath, like, is this going to fall apart too? And it hasn't. And if I have anything to say about it, it won't. But yeah, and I married late. I married at 45. Yeah, 45. So add it up, do the math. I'm 56. So yeah, it's been great. Snitches get stitches, and don't ever run when you're under the gun. Never pull its trigger. Not your family ties, tie them into a bow. If they tell what they know, tie them up with rigor. Long shot, straight to the bow. Don't you look now, but the bridge is burning. You've got shoes made of cement. I've got no sentiment. You won't be returning now. I am not afraid of being alone. I've got a rugged backbone, and you'll never own it. Look what we have here. It's truth that's top shelf. Take it down, check yourself. Maybe you can own it. Long shot, straight to the bow. Don't you look now, but the bridge is burning. Truth is all relative. Facts through a sieve made of every sacred cow. Come a little closer, I'll tell you my vice. It's that I am not nice, but I am not charmless. Do you like the thrill of taking a chance in the clutch of romance? I won't hold you harmless. I'm a long shot, straight to the bow. Don't you look now, but the bridge is burning. If you've got fire in your heart, I'm only one little spark. You should be more discerning now. by the code. I take what I'm owed and I give what's due ya. Cross the moving line, I'm untouchable. I'm dysfunctional, but baby, what's it to ya? I'm a long shot, straight to the bow. Don't you look now, but the bridge is burning. If you've got fire in your heart, I'm only one little spark. Cross the bridge that's burning down. That is called, what is that called? Long Shot. It's a very simple name. That is the song I wrote about Ruth from Ozark. Yeah, she reminded me of how I grew up. And the whole snitches get stitches part. I just love that phrase. Snitches get stitches. Oh my. So my brother John's here, so I feel much safer when it rains. I like to feel it pouring on my skin. My pores let it seep in. You won't hear me complain. I feel much safer when it rains. Where I come from, the sky is small. Sometimes you can't see it at all unless you're tall. I know the sky will never fall. Where I come from, the sky is small. It's hard to know who's good, who's cruel. Someone always sends me back to school to learn the lesson again. I know what's right from what is wrong. Might not be tough, but I am strong. So strong. You might be here, you might be gone. I know what's right from what is wrong. It's hard to tell who's good, who's cruel. And someone always sends me back to school to learn the lesson again. I feel much safer when it rains. I like to feel it pouring on my skin. My pores let it seep in. You won't hear me complain. I feel much safer when it rains. I feel much safer when it rains. I feel much safer when it rains. Thank you so much. Thank you. My brother John likes that song, so I like to do it when he's around. Safer When It Rains. That stemmed from, if you haven't heard the story, which I probably told 80 billion times, my Thank You for the Love. My brother-in-law he's a retired Philadelphia police officer, Stanley. And he told me when I used to live in Philly and I was taking the L all the time, the elevated train, and from Frankfurt or whatever. And he told me that generally criminals don't work in the rain. And it's a general thing. It's not all the time. Sometimes criminals work in the rain, but as a general rule, they're self-employed. They're like, it's raining. I don't want to go out. So in fact, if I were a self-employed criminal that did crime on the streets, I probably would take off on the rain days too. It would be a rain day, like a snow day. So now he says, don't tell people that because it's not true all the time. Oh no, you got COVID too. Shoot. Oh, John, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Yuck. Oh, well, that's not good news. A lot of people are getting it, and it's not that bad. And I hope you're one of those. Hopefully. Let's see. So this is an all Lisa Jeanette program tonight. I'm not doing covers. It was a request by Andy S. at one point last time. And also, I did a couple of them where I did more covers than I did my own songs. And I kind of want to make sure I'm true to myself and doing my own stuff too. And sometimes learning the covers, like the Billy Joel thing, is a little much. It takes time. And I'm thinking I should be putting that time into writing songs, not so much learning. But I do like learning other people's songs, and it is educational and good for me. But yeah, today. And Karen Hall, you're here. Hello. I love that you love that song. All Lisa, all the time. Yes, I should have a sign for that. All Lisa, all the time. So, but I want to do my trilogy, and I have some notes I want to read you from the book I was reading. And I have an idea to put the trilogy. Actually, I think I'm going to rewrite the Brahms song. One, because it does sound a lot like the theme from MASH. But besides the point, that's never going to be an issue, because if Warner Brothers knows who I am, I think it was, or Universal, I think it was Universal that owned it. If they knew who I am, I must be doing pretty well. And I can afford a lawyer. But right now, they don't know who I am, so I'm not worried about it. But I think I wrote the Brahms song first, Sky Don't Fall. And I wrote it because Brahms wrote a song called World Don't Perish, Sky Don't Fall Until I'm With the Girl I Love. One of his early, might be his first work that he published. So so I think I'm going to rewrite that song more in the thing, because the other two songs are how they feel about the triangle, where that song is just like, I'm a bachelor and I know how it is to be alone. And then I empathize with that, because I wasn't with anyone until I was in my 40s anyway. But I think I need to write a different song. There needs to be a song about how he feels about the trilogy thing. So, and then I think I'm going to put together its own thing, like a trilogy thing, probably with like a book or something. That's my eye. Oh, you're at the tail end. That's good, John. I hope it wasn't too bad. That's awful. So Andy S, funny you should say that. So Andy S said, I'm going to put that up because I like that. Andy S said, you're so good that others should be covering your songs. So that's what I wanted in the beginning. I wanted other people to sing my songs, and like other famous people, so I could have like passive income and they could sing my songs and I could just lay back and, collect the passive income. But I really do want other people to sing my songs. So I wanted that in the beginning. And then I got into this whole folk thing, and I started chasing the things other people were chasing, like gigs and whatever it was, contests and festivals and all this kind of a thing. And I realized that that's not really what I wanted. I didn't like, although I love performing live, I love doing this. This I will not stop doing because I enjoy it so much. I'm Not Doing Covers is my Negative Land cover band. Is Negative Land a band? Is that actually a band? I've never heard of it. Oh my gosh. So I really want other people. So I went to the Northeast Regional Folk Alliance conference, and there's a thing where you can go get a mentoring session. And I looked at all the bios and I found this guy I'd never heard of. And I set up a time with him, 20 minutes. Rich and I went and talked to him, and I told him what my goals were. So he gave me great ideas, like really great ideas, and made me feel so much better about things, and like that there is a path and that I can find it. Before I was just kind of like stabbing in the dark. I've been writing letters to Miley, because to your point, Karen Schneiderman, I want Miley Cyrus to sing Don't Blame Me. I think that she'd knock it out of the park. And she's Dolly Parton's godchild. So I think it would be perfect. So I've been writing to her A&R guy, and writing notes to him. And like, so one, gosh, I wish I could show it to you. because it's hilarious. I don't know if I have it up. Let me see if I can show it to you. Well, this is weird, isn't it? Okay. Letters to Miley Cyrus. Here we go. So one has, just I can blow that up. Oh, shoot, I probably just messed things up. Hold on. Here, let me do this. La la la. I want to just show you this picture of Miley Cyrus. It's a card that I found, a greeting card. And if you know anything about Miley Cyrus, she has that wrecking ball. Wrecking ball. Oh, come on. Where is it? Present. Share screen. Let me see if I can share my screen with you. Okay. Let me know if you can see this. Can you see that? No, I can't. Can you see that picture? Oh yeah, you can. So it's it's a picture someone drew of Miley Cyrus on a tea bag swinging over a teacup. So I wrote inside, Dear Evan, who was the A&R guy for Miley Cyrus. I've been writing these things from Jolene. So I said, Dear Evan, I am not a homewrecker. I am not a wrecking ball. You need to hear my side of the story. It sort of went like that. I can stop, remove from stream. Okay, here we go. Oh my, now I'm all big. Whoops. Yeah, I'll read you what I wrote. It said, I'm keeping track of all of this. Hi, Evan. I assure you I'm not a homewrecker nor a wrecking ball. Grab a cup of tea and snap the pink QR code, because I have a QR code that if you snap it, it goes right to the song Jolene. You just have to hit play. And discover how Dolly can keep calm and carry on. Assuredly, Jolene. So, oh my gosh, music to twerk to, yes. But if you know Miley Cyrus, if you only know her from the twerking and the wrecking ball and stuff, you don't know her, because she is an amazing vocalist. She's covered Jolene. And actually, I saw Dolly Parton in an interview saying that she's getting all these young fans because she covers Jolene so often at her concerts that Miley Cyrus's fans know about Dolly. So Dolly has a new audience through Miley. Yeah, I think she would do great. So that's, I started there, and I'm like, I'm writing these goofy notes and handwritten notes to this A&R guy, which God only knows if he's even getting them. But to me, I'm having fun with it. But the guy that I met at NERFA, the Northeast Regional Folk Alliance, he gave me more like professional avenues I could go. So more tea. Yes, more tea. I love tea. When I was young, my best friend that lived across the street, Jonas, we had tea all the time. We wanted to be civilized. So we would drink tea. She has an amazing voice. You're right, Donna. I think she'd do a great job, Heidi. I think it would be awesome. It's me, Jolene, who takes the blame. I hear you yodeling my name every single time you get the chance. You declare that I'm the one who came along and spoiled your fun. You're just using me for your state dance. Don't blame me. Some say you're the finest woman they've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man wants me. That song you sing is such a fraud. You spin your tail like Charizard, as if your live or dying depends on me. Your imaginings put me through hell. The truth is stranger than the story you tell. Listen up, the truth will set you free. Don't blame me. Some say you're the finest woman they've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man wants me. Your man is not the one for me. But if he wants some love, cut him loose, set him free. I see the sadness in your eyes, yeah, that's a look I recognize. When a situation's finally seen, and if you didn't think I'd done you wrong, I bet we would get along. We have more in common than it seems. Don't blame me. Some say you're the finest woman they've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man wants me. Your man is not the one for me. But if he wants some love, cut him loose, set him free. But don't blame me. I'd say you're the finest woman I've ever seen. I don't want to compete with you. Don't want to compete with you. I don't want your man, I want you. So I saw a recent interview of Miley. Like, I see these little short videos, and it was Miley Cyrus saying how Dolly communicates with her godchild. Dolly communicates to Miley by fax. And she thinks she types it up on a typewriter and then has her assistant fax it. And I don't know how Miley gets it, because you can get fax through email, but Dolly communicates through fax. So if I could get Dolly's fax number, I might be in business. But otherwise, if her own godchild communicates with her through fax, then it's really like, yeah, I'm going to be able to just call up Dolly Parton. That's going to be impossible. So thank you. Thanks for all the love. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm going to do the trilogy. This is the trilogy of the love triangle between Johannes Brahms, and Clara and Robert Schumann. Wait, am I a lesbian? Hey, Sarah. Nice to see you. The beautiful songwriter, Sarah Tiamogo. I still think I said that wrong. Only the facts, ma'am. Yes, Richard. No, I am not necessarily a lesbian. I am Jolene in the song. And in my view, maybe Jolene could have been a lesbian. And Dolly had nothing to worry about, is the point of the song. So she's assuming there's like some kind of chemistry, but maybe not. Fans start a campaign. See, I know, yeah, that could be a thing. I'm just not sure how to go about that. But I did want to read from this book my sister gave me, my sister Dot. It is the Schumanns and Johannes Brahms. It's actually by Eugenie Schumann, which was their youngest daughter. Maybe their youngest daughter. And it's a lot of like letters from their mother. I thought there was a letter from the father, but I could not find it. But here is just an excerpt from one of the things. And this is Eugenie Schumann talking about her mother. Many portraits of her have made her features familiar. Yet what mechanical apparatus, what pencil could render the mind and soul of that animated these features? The mind and soul that animated these features, their mobility and changing color. The best portrait painter of the time confessed that it was impossible to fix the total impression of her personality on canvas, complaining that the aspect it presented would often change entirely within one sitting, within a few minutes even. Two wonderful sketches made by him within a few hours are both like her, yet entirely different from each other. Perfect repose and utmost animation dwelt closely together. Her forehead, framed by ample, smooth, dark hair, expressed clarity and purity of thought, but at the same time reflected her every mood. How often I've marveled at this harmony when I saw clouds, light or heavy, pass across it. Even in her old age, her forehead remained smooth. Only the closest inspection showed a hairbreadth or furrow running across. The oval cheeks were still more mobile. Annoyance or sorrow caused the muscles to slacken at once, and she would then suddenly look old and suffering. Pleasant sensations rejuvenated her with equal rapidity. Clara Schumann, I just think she is an amazing woman. Sarah, same here. You would be my type if I were into that. I don't have a fax machine. I did have a fax number with my firm, which wasn't really a fax machine. It was sort of like a number. Oh no, my sister-in-law's trying to call me. Yeah, I wanted to read one other thing because I talk about her being a musician, traveling musician. Here it is. Okay, so Clara is amazing. Nancy Hebner, hello. Yeah, she was. So she's a touring musician. She's a virtuoso pianist. She's a composer. She is just a working mother. And when I read the letters that she writes her children, they're just like such a wonderful mother figure, although she wasn't around a lot, but because she was touring a lot, because she was the breadwinner, because her husband was mentally impaired and then passed away. So she's talking about one of her tours, and she's a touring musician. She's on tour, and she writes her daughter and says, "Our crossing to England was very disagreeable. We were caught in a blizzard and wet through as we remained on deck, but not seasick. As the Dover-London train left at once, we had to get into our dripping clothes and sit in them for another 2.5 hours. Fortunately, we took no harm except that a sty in Marie's eye, which had begun in Dusseldorf, grew to an enormous size and troubled her for a week. I've had very exhausting time since I came, playing at concerts in quick succession in 5 different towns. Our reception has been most enthusiastic, and Herr Joachim and her Piatti had to give encores everywhere. Traveling is made as comfortable as possible for us. Well-heated compartments and rooms in the best hotels are always reserved, and the snow has fortunately never delayed us more than an hour or 2. Trains go at an enormous speed. That is quite true, but it frightens one less when one is in them than one hears about it at a distance. But we have suffered terribly from the cold, for their open fires are warming only when one is standing close to the front of them." So I'm going to stop there. But I just try to imagine what it must have been like. What it must have been like to be a touring musician. Married to Robert Schumann, the kingmaker of his day. One day, Johannes Brahms, known as Jojo in the song, knocked on their door and rocked their world. "I am married to the kingmaker, but of all the kings he chooses, Jojo's a ball breaker, he's a heart taker, and they call him the darling of the muses." As I entered the parlor, Jojo sat at the piano. He had diamonds in his eyes and his hair was a halo. And he began to play like nothing I'd ever heard. It was crazy, made me dizzy. I think smoking is the word. The king is in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. Jojo kisses my children at night and tucks them into bed. He traded turns for days, took evening walks after tea. Nothing happened, I'm ashamed of, there was no impropriety. But he does give me a charge, and he blows all my fuses. How did I fall in love with the darling of the muses? Tongue started wagging after me and my kids. Wish I'd had half the fun that they'd imagined that I did. But I got bills to pay, I got work to do, Ain't it funny how JoJo didn't get a scarlet attitude? The king is in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. JoJo kisses my children at night and tucks them into bed. Kingmaker left me when he jumped into the rhyme. The voices in his head were so much stronger than mine, but I loved him with a vengeance. Every moment here gone. He left me with JoJo, but he also left me all alone. The king is in the counting house, counting all the voices in his head. And when he took his last breath, I turned to JoJo and said, take a trip together, but he blew his kisses to me. He said he'd rather be alone as long as he was free. Now my heart is broken twice, and I'm left with all those bruises. How did I fall in love with the darling of the muses? And now I'm in the counting house, counting all the voices in my head. And now I'm in the counting house, counting all the voices in my head. And now I'm in the counting house. So that is my first song of my trilogy, Darling of the Muses, which is from Clara's point of view. I wanted to read another spot here. This is great. This is my favorite part of the book. So this is the very beginning of this book called The Schumanns and Johannes Brahms by Eugenie Schumann, daughter to Robert and Clara Schumann. Thank you for all the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, wait, there's a Schumann museum? Oh, in Germany. Oh, I'd love to go there. I would love it. So here's Eugenie writing. She's like, just about memories she has. And this is one of her memories. She said, yet another incident from those years has remained so firmly imprinted on my memory throughout all my life that although it is not connected with my mother, I cannot resist describing it. I see, as though it were in a picture, a group of children standing in the hall of our house in Dusseldorf. With amazement and admiration, they are looking up at the banisters on which a fair young man is performing the most daring gymnastics. He hoists himself from right to left and up and down. At last, he raises himself firmly on his arms with his legs high in the air, and a final leap lands him below in the midst of the admiring crowd of children. I and my elder brothers and sisters were the children, and the young man was Johannes Brahms. I love that. I love that. He's like an acrobatic, like, on this staircase, on this banister, dropping himself into the foyer, Leipzig. I got to go there. So this is my Brahms song, which is called Sky Don't Fall, because Brahms wrote a song called World Don't Perish, Sky Don't Fall Until I'm With the Girl I Love. I'm saddled with the duty of writing songs about true love. It's something that composers ought to do. My heart is young, though not in years, but I see love through a lens of fear. It's hard to tell a falsehood from what's true. I recognize the sputtering of broken hearts when they take wing. They need the strength of two where there's just one. I've seen the shot off Cupid's bow miss its mark and crash below my feet. I gaze ahead and I walk on. World don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. A world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. World don't perish, sky don't fall until I'm with the one I love. A world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. I notice that you're generous. You heal my heart with tenderness, and my imagination starts to run. But in the club of lonely hearts, I am a patron of the art, and I know how this ends before it's done. World don't perish, sky don't fall, until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. World don't perish, sky don't fall, until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. I dreamed we shared a moment where you drew me in, caressed my hair, and whispered softly in a dulcet tone. I close my eyes as if it's mine to feel that tenderness one time again. My eyes flash open, I'm alone. World don't perish, sky don't fall, until I'm with the one I love. The world don't perish, sky don't fall on me. World don't perish, sky don't fall, until I'm with the one I love. World don't perish, sky don't fall on me. That is called Sky Don't Fall. That is the Brahms portion. Musical history. Yeah, I love learning about history. I like historical novels. I like to picture as it really would happen, which the way that Clara writes about her trip and, the getting soaked from the rain and having to sit in their wet clothes for 2 hours and trying to get warm in the train, but you only got warm if you actually went up to the fire and faced it, and all the struggles that she must have went through, and staying healthy and all of that and all that kind of stuff. That F is in tune. That is not part of the Brahms trilogy. There was no sharks involved. See if I'm in tune up here. This guitar stays in tune pretty well. I love this guitar. I'm so thankful to my brother John and my brother Jim for sending me this. I just love it. So I'll read one more thing. I forget what it is I'm reading, but I know there is another one that I wanted to read. That was the early one. Maybe it's this. Oh, so this is Felix. I think it's her youngest boy. Never met his father. But as I read earlier, she talks about Joachim, traveling with Joachim, doing lots of, and I might be saying that name wrong, Joachim, but that he was the premier violinist of his day. He was the famous violinist and highly in demand. And Brahms wrote his violin concerto in D for Joachim. If my, you know what's next? Oh, you know what's next? So this is 13-year-old Ferdinand, and this doesn't really have to do with the trilogy, but I think it says something about being a child of Clara and Robert Schumann. So 13-year-old Felix gets a letter from his mother after he expresses his wish to be a violinist. And she says, "I am writing today chiefly because of something which touches me very nearly. Grandmother and Ferdinand tell me that you are thinking of becoming a violinist. This would be a very serious step, more so than you may imagine." He's 13. "However good your work might be, if it were not quite outstanding, the part which the son of Robert Schumann would play in the world would be invidious. 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 I don't know what that word means. Somebody tell me what invidious means. Mrs. Claus. No, that is not the third song of the Trilogy Garden. It is You Don't Look My Way, which is coming up. But I wanted to this is just fascinating to me. So being the son of Robert Schumann would play in the world would be invidious. Somebody look that up and tell me what that means. I would impress upon you that with your name, you are justified in choosing a musical career only if you are a genius. And in addition, work enormously hard. Although I am quite convinced that your talent is sufficient to afford you and others pleasure if you see it as an amateur. But even for this, you must do hard work. I am equally sure that your gifts are not such as will carry you to the summits of art. Gosh, that's rough. I therefore beg you to think it well over, my beloved Felix. You have so many other gifts that you might choose almost any other career and perhaps distinguish yourself in it, whatever it may be. Of course, always provided that you work very hard. This would give you a better position in the world than you would be likely to attain as a musician. But to make quite sure, both for your own sake and for mine, I will ask Herr Joachim to hear you play and to let you stay with him for a couple of days when you come to Baden. He will be the best and most impartial judge. What do you think of this? Write and tell me. I just think that, yeah, so Felix is kind of crap. Video is likely to arouse resentment or anger. Yes. Okay. So she says, the part which the son of Robert Schumann would play in the world would be invidious. And that is, so I think about like John Lennon's sons, you know, and they're trying to make their way in the world and sounding like John, not wanting to sound like John Lennon, but who doesn't want to sound like John Lennon? Like, and I think like this Felix is Robert Schumann's son, and he has this weight on his shoulders. Yes, you can be a musician, but people are going to be angry if you're not perfect, or they're going to put you down if you're not perfect. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's a shame, but I think, wow, like, geez, to be a son of a famous person like that is not a gift sometimes. You think it would be, but it isn't. Heidi, if anybody can sing this song, it's you. This is the Robert Schumann part. If I were Robert Schumann, he trusted Clara. And Clara, she seems very stable and trustworthy, so I get why Robert trusted her. But this would be me. I'd been so high on your love, came to rely on your love. Now I ask why. I got a degree in your love, got a paper decree of your love for eternity. You don't look my way. Got down on my knees for your love, sued your enemies for your love, cut down family trees. You don't look my way. I faced every fear for your love, shed salted tears for your love, gave my best tears. You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing the new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put the lasso around the moon? I know that I feed on your love, I beg and I plead for your love. I've got a need. You don't look my way. You know I would die for your love. God knows I've tried for your love. You're not satisfied. You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing a new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put the lasso around the moon? Where do I go without your love? What do I have to show without your love? Who do I know if I don't know you? Please set me free from this love. Lord, rescue me from this love. You're all I see. You don't look my way. Who made the stars cross up in the sky? Who got you singing a new tune? Who made your heart skip a beat away from mine? Who put the lasso around the moon? Where do I go without your love? What do I have to show without your love? Who do I know if I don't know you? Please set me free from this love. Lord, rescue me from this love. You're all I see. You don't look my way. Wow, all this stuff is going by. Joachim. I think it is Joachim instead of Joaquin, because I think I'm remembering it from college, which I don't remember many things, but I might remember how much. I might remember how my music history teacher said Joachim. So maybe I was right with that, because it is he is Austrian or German. Sarah might know. Sarah, I just remembered that Sarah was the first person I ever talked to about streaming live, because she was doing it all the time. And she was making like tons of money at it. But she I don't know. She has a thing going. She's awesome. But I just remembered that. Sarah, you're the first person I ever knew that streamed. And I was like fascinated by it. It was like when people were just starting to do it. Joachim. Okay. Yeah. Joachim. I think so. I think he's German. Yes, tons, Sarah. Yeah, you're the first person I ever talked to about it, and I was so intimidated by it. And now look at me now. I'm stream queen. I'm streamer of the muses. I almost want to look it up. Is Joachim German or Austrian? I'm pretty sure he's German. Okay. Sorry. Violinist. Joseph Joachim. Hungarian. He's Hungarian. That's even better. Joseph Joachim was a Hungarian violinist, conductor, composer, and teacher who made an international career based in Hanover and Berlin. So he was based in Hanover and Berlin. A close collaborator of Johannes Brahms, he's widely recognized as one of the most significant violinists of the 19th century. So that's who Joachim was. And yes, and Sarah, I saw you saying something about you stream in Second Life on Tuesdays. Okay, I will have to check that out. Oh, Joaquin would be Spanish. Okay, yeah, he was Hungarian, as you say. I love the word Hungarian. I love it in My Fair Lady. There's a part where someone just says he was Hungarian, and it's just funny for some reason. I just love it. I love that word. It was funny. So at this NERFA conference, Dar Williams did a workshop. Not really a workshop. She kind of did a lecture
on writing songs. um, and she was saying she likes certain words, like she likes precipice rather than cliff. She likes the word, maybe she said balcony. No, that might not have been it. But she was just saying the words that she liked. I like Hungarian. I'm going to go a little long because I talked a lot. I usually only go to 8:30, but I'm going a little longer. War is dust, war is loud sound, war is boots upon the ground. I've never been to war. War is miles of shifting sand, war is blood upon my hands. I've never been to war. I've seen it on a movie screen. I've heard a childless mother scream. I've seen the documentaries, but I've never been. War is suffering, war is pain, war is money down the drain. War is inhuman. As you're counting up the cost, how do you count the life that's lost? When you've never been to war, you've seen it on a movie screen. You've heard a childless mother scream. You've seen the documentary, but you've never been. All is fair in love and war, they say. What's fair about them anyway? 'Cause war hurts. 'Cause war hurts. And it never goes away. The wounds may heal, the hurting stays where we've never been. Don't keep your wars all in one place. Plan future wars in outer space. You've never been to war. Fill your armies with the brave, 'cause if you're wealthy you get waved. And you never go to war. You've seen it on a movie screen. You've heard a childless mother scream. You've seen the documentaries, but you've never been. All is fair in love and war, they say. What's fair about them anyway? 'Cause war hurts. And it never goes away. The wounds may heal, the hurting stays where we've never been. 'Cause war hurts. 'Cause war hurts. And it never goes away. The wounds may heal, the hurting stays where we've never been. Thank you. That is called Never Been to War. Thank you so much. I think maybe I'll do a couple more. And thank you so much. Thanks for all the love. This is a newer one. I've played for you a couple times. It's called I the Crow. I watch the swans glide on the water, gracing their quiet beauty. They bow their heads tenderly downward, so unaware, so free. Musical wren blows out a jazz tune, intricate melody, sings up a storm, delighting the treetops. They know what they're born to be. But I, the crow, I beckon with a call. I don't glide at all. Every heart labored, every song shouted, every day outed. You hear my call, your eyes try to catch me. One glance from you and I go. I am so watchful, I know where you are. You are a friend or foe. But I, the crow, I beckon with a call. I don't glide at all. Every flight labored, every song shouted, every day outed. You glide along, you make it look easy. Everyone says you're strong. The world's at your toes, life's but a dream. What am I doing wrong? 'Cause I, the crow, I beckon with a call. I don't glide at all. Every flight labored, every song shouted, every day outed. That is I, the crow. I wrote that because I learned that crows, I love crows, and you never want to be an enemy of the crow. They will remember you if you are an enemy of the crow, and they will tell their children and their children's children about you. A word to the wise. But I read that crows never glide. They always have to work. They have to work when they fly. They never just glide on their wings. They work hard to fly. And I thought, wow. I know how that feels. And so do most of us. I'm going to do my lullaby because it's way up in the register and it's not hitting all these bad notes that I've made worse. This is called Lullaby. This will be my last one. KK Kelly. I agree, Sarah. Lay down your head. Close your eyes now. Wasn't that a surprise? You got through the day. The dragons are gone, slain till another day. The moon has appeared and chased the sun away. Take all that you've learned now. Give all that you will. Your life is a journey, so never stand still. Warriors need rest. Dreamers need to dream. Hearts made of gold have feelings, you know. Doors open and close. That's what they're meant to do.
Have courage, my friend, to always go through. Remember the windows lead to places to go, especially windows that lead to the soul. Lay down your head, close your eyes now. Wasn't that a surprise? You got through the day. Thank you so much. So there's some really good comments coming through on this, and I thought they were hilarious, like crows are the original gangsters. I'm mashing up crows, telling their children and their children's children with the game of telephone and thinking how things could go so very wrong for someone. Crows telling their children and their children's children with the game of telephone and thinking how things could, that could go wrong. And someone said mashing up, actually it was Andy S. Mashing Up Crows is my Black Crows cover band. I love you people. Hey, Nancy Hebner. Oh, thank you. Oh, a snowy evening. Oh, Uncle, I love the snow. I really do. As long as I don't have to drive in it. Rich loves to drive in the snow. It's his thing. He loves to drive in the snow. He likes being on the edge. And I am like, no, no, thank you. I'm glad you're having snow though. I hope it's like a nice, pretty snow. Thank you for our anniversary was October 29th. Actually, I'm not wearing my necklace, but I actually have a necklace with the date on it, a little tag to remind me, because maybe it wasn't the first anniversary, but our second anniversary, I think I made plans because I forgot the date. So I told Rich, maybe if I had a piece of jewelry that reminded me of the date, I could remember it. So I got this little, I'm not a jewelry person at all, but I got this little tag that reminds me of the date now. So Rich always remembers the date. Thank you, Dither Meister now. And I hope you do have a wonderful anniversary. And that's very cool that you chose to come here for your anniversary. That's lovely. Yeah, this book is really amazing. This I don't know where it went. Oh my gosh, this is ADD at its finest. Here it is. This book my sister gave me about the Schumanns and Brahms. I learned so much in it, and I'll read more from it at another time. And I hope you don't hate that. I hope that you don't mind me doing that, because I love that whole story. I think that whole love story between three people that are genius musicians and that all loved each other, because Schumann loved Brahms, Brahms loved Schumann. It was just a love fest. So I just love all of that. Karen, so you know, yeah, John, brother John, feel better. I'm glad you're at the tail end of it. I hope it wasn't too bad, and get the rest you need. But I love you all. This was fun. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. It probably won't be all Lisa Jeanette. It'll probably be, John, these people in this chat are the kindest, nicest people. They are just wonderful. Oh, hey, Sarah. I don't see Derek. I don't know who Derek is. Sarah's on Facebook. But Sarah Tiamogo, it's Tiemogo, Sarah Tiamogo. She does TIEM. She does live streams too on Second String. Did you say? I forget what you called it. Oh, well, Sarah, most people are on YouTube. That's why you can't see all the chats. They're on YouTube. They're my YouTube crowd. They're amazing. But it's Thanksgiving. That is a good idea, NDS. I think I will have to use that. Oh, you're a sex worker. That's why. That's why they can't see you. I told you she had something extra special. I don't have. I wish.
Oh, with one client. You know, it was really funny because on the last week I said something about, there was this question about, you know, how many sex partners have you had? And Rich made this comment like, dude, can you give a negative number? And I was like, I thought he was my sex partner. If he says negative number, is he not my, what? Maybe I don't know what sex partner means. Because he said he'd give a negative number. And it's not fair. Turkey in the Straw. I don't know that song, Karen Schneiderman. I don't know that. Oh, Donna W., safe travels. If anybody's traveling for Thanksgiving, 18 years is, oh my gosh, Sarah, you're so funny. Will I dress like a turkey? So Sarah's saying she's a sex worker, but she has one client. Oh man, I need to get that gig. Oh my gosh. Alice's Restaurant. That might be a good one. Okay. Over the River and Through the Woods to Charlie Brown Thanksgiving Show. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to write this down. Oh Lord. This is a lot. Somebody said something about Thanksgiving. Somebody said Charlie Brown. And then somebody said something else. Andy S., you said something. What did you say? I already forgot it. You said, would I dress like a turkey? It wouldn't be hard. Turkey in the Straw. That was Karen Schneiderman. I don't know that song, but I can look that up. We'll see. We'll see what I can put together. Maybe Over the River and Through the Things. Okay, got that one. Alice's Restaurant. That was the other one. Oh my gosh. These I'm not going to sing them all. I'm going to figure out which ones I can do. And yes, it's because you're watching on Facebook. Everybody else is on YouTube. Okay, I think I'll have another one. I will do that next week. I didn't do that one this time, and I usually like to end with it. But I felt like ending with Lullaby today. All right. The Whole Massacre? Turkey Lurkey Time? Oh, God. I can't learn all of this. And now I know Alice's Restaurant has about 1,007 words. Turkey Lurkey Time. Okay, whatever I do, it's going to be fun. So thank you, everyone. So glad to see you here. Thank you. You choose to spend this time with me when you could be doing any number of things, and I'm so grateful. So thank you for that. I will hopefully see you next week and do the whole massacre. The whole massacre. Oh my gosh. Good night, everyone. Love to you all. And if you're not on next week, you're traveling, whatever, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you soon. Love you. Bye.